The cleaning up is finally done. Moving out isn't easy.
The soba noodles we received as a moving gift is ready.
Okay. My name is Kaori Shirai. I just moved to Tokyo from my hometown at the same timing as my entrance to university. My mom was opposed to me moving out at first, but I managed to convince her. Mom was too worried to leave me alone, so she decided to move in with me. So here we are, mother and daughter in Tokyo. I never had a father growing up, and my mother raised me all by herself. Both of my grandparents also died when I was in middle school, and my mother took care of me this whole time. But I think I grew up comfortably. My mother had an office job. She even asked to move to the Tokyo office for me. She's truly the best mom. She's a bit of a worrywart, though.
Oh, right. There's something I wanted to give you.
What is it?
Here, take this.
This is your precious pendant. Are you sure?
Of course. It did the job for me. The population in Tokyo is immense. I wanted to protect you, Kaori.
But that's the same for you, Mom. You'll be in Tokyo with me, too.
Forget about me. I want you to be safe, Kaori.
Thank you. I'll take good care of it. This pendant was something my mother took good care of for a long time, and she carried this around as a protection charm of sorts. It was shiny and pretty. I remember telling my mom I want one too when I was small, but she told me she could never lend it to me and got another item for me instead. I wasn't too happy. I whined and pouted, but I never imagined myself actually receiving her pendant. Thank you, Mom. I promise I'll take good care of it.
It looks good on you.
I started to wear the pendant every single day and brought it along with me everywhere I went. It was a beautiful pendant, but the item itself was very old nonetheless. I kind of got embarrassed showing it off in the city of Tokyo, so I kept it hidden beneath my clothes. As I started attending university and gradually got used to the city, I decided to start a part-time job. I've worked part-time before, so I chose the same work environment, a family restaurant.
So, you worked at family restaurants before?
Yes, sir. I have experience in working in both the kitchen and halls.
Gotcha. So then, can you start working from next week?
Really? Thank you very much. I'm relieved. The manager looks like a very nice person. Moreover, I'm super relieved I got the job in one try. I was visibly excited as I came home and happily told my mom about the interview results. My mom was happy for me, but
I understand things must be very exciting for you now that you're in university. But you can't just play around, okay? Always remember to place academics first, or else there'll be no point in paying this tuition.
I know, Mom. It's all thanks to you that I'm here in the first place. I promise to study hard every day. From day one, after receiving my admission letter, we had a proper conversation about this. The reason I chose to go to university was so I could later join a good company and help out my mom financially. The reason I wanted to start a part-time job was also because I wanted to support my family finances. Well, it looks like she won't be accepting the money anytime soon, though. But once I get my paycheck, I do want to get her something nice. She gifted me with her pendant. Maybe something that can replace it. I've been looking online ever since. Then, one day, when I was on shift at the family restaurant, there were a group of customers who were being a bit rowdy. Man, these guys look pretty intimidating. I know it's my job, but I really don't want to interact with them. But it's my job. I tried my best not to go near their table, but I still had stuff to do, like clean up their plates once they were done. And it's not like we have tons of staff members. I still had to go over from time to time. There they are, ringing the bell. There's no one else around their table. I'm the closest to them. Oh no. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Hey, I told you to hurry up and get over here.
I did. May I have your orders, please? I was getting frustrated by the second, but I kept it down because I knew this was my job. Talking to customers like this was a first. I have no idea if it's because this is Tokyo or because my last restaurant I worked at was in the countryside. This was a first either way. Hey man, a high schooler would act more mature than you. That got me thinking and even more angry. Keep it cool, Kaori. I need to slap on my workplace smile. These punks had no idea my thoughts were racing in my head. And as I finished ordering, they decided to conclude their order with this.
Prepare all of our orders within 5 minutes. You kept us waiting. This is the least you could do.
Excuse me? I was this close to saying that out loud, but I quickly swallowed them down. To see such a stereotypical punk like this in real life, it's almost like a super rare Pokemon or something. Sir, I'm terribly sorry, but I don't think it'd be possible for us to serve anything in 5 minutes.
What the hell? We're the customers. You should do as you're told.
It takes time to cook and prepare each meal, The French fries you ordered can be served right away, but the Hamburg steaks will take a bit more time.
It shouldn't take that long to make a freaking hamburger.
Don't mix those two together. I knew they weren't going to listen no matter what I said, but it wasn't like I could ignore them either. What should I do?
Sir, is something the matter?
Manager?
You're the manager here?
Yes, sir. Did our staff here do anything to upset you?
Yeah, the stupid staff says she can't prepare our meal that we ordered in 5 minutes.
I see. Miss Shirai, you can go back now.
Okay, thank you. Oh, thank goodness the manager came around to help. He looked like a god to me when he came around. I need to properly thank him after my shift. Manager, thank you for helping me out back there.
No problem. If anything like that happens again, make sure you call me or another staff member to deal with the situation. You're a girl, so people might come up to you and treat you differently. So try to be careful.
Yes, sir. I think the manager is a really reliable guy. I was relieved for a while when the same problematic customer showed up again. They're here again. And it has to be during the busiest hours. The manager isn't on shift today. What should I do? It was close to the end of my shift, so I really didn't want to deal with them. But because the restaurant was getting pretty crowded, I had to take initiative and attend to their table. Are you ready to order?
Oh, it's you again.
That's my line. Huh? Is that you, Kaori? Momoka? What a surprise to see you here.
Do you know her?
She's a junior from the same club. Momoka is an upperclassman of mine from the same university, and she's known to be the hottest girl in school. However, she makes that her whole personality and looks down on all the other girls, especially ones like me, who came from the outskirts of town. She's always in a relationship too, and I've heard rumors that she snatches other girls' boyfriends from them too. She's really not liked by girls, to say the least. I don't get along with her either, so I try to stay away as much as possible. But to actually see her hanging out with guys like this, I can really tell she has a character, to say the least. What are your orders? To see you work part-time in a place like this, I knew you were so lame. Is that so? Hurry up and order. You're a university student. You could have found other, cooler places to work at. I work at a bar, you know, a really fancy place. I see. And again, your orders were?
A girl as lame as her could never work at a place like that.
I guess it's true. You're always right, Hideki.
The last time I came to this place, she was useless the whole time. Bet she doesn't know the rules, that the customers always come first.
Aw, that must have been a horrible experience. Kaori, you need to tend to your customers better. Well, I hope you'll bless me for treating you like actual proper customers in the first place. Anger towards the two started to really build up. It's such a busy time of the day, and yet they keep talking to me like we're chatting at school. I want to hustle about the restaurant and get my job done, but they're blocking me from doing so. And I was like, Senpai, are you ready to order? Why are you suddenly shouting like that? I'm very sorry, but if you're not ready to order yet, I need to move on to tend to the other tables.
What? You were just about to order. Why are you pressuring us like that?
That's a lot coming from you, who is pressuring us to serve your food in 5 minutes. That's why you're not good with the boys.
I can imagine. But it can't be helped, huh? Nobody would fall in love with a girl like you.
You're so right. Your orders? Fine, I get it. I just need to order, right? The two were literally glaring at me, but I was so pissed off I didn't notice their death stares at all. But when they finally finished their meals and was about to leave the restaurant, don't get too ahead of yourself. You'll regret going up against us after this. She straight up threatened me like that. After the annoyed feelings died down, I suddenly got scared. What if they come up to me at school to do something to me? I got really anxious, as I expected when I went back to school. Oh, if it isn't Kaori who decided to pick a fight with me the other day. I let everybody know, too, that your attitude at work was terrible. I'm sure it wasn't terrible. I was just working, you know. Well, I've never seen a waitress act like that. Is that how things are in your hometown? That's just... I went all the way to that restaurant with my boyfriend on our date. It was such a bad experience. I made sure everybody knows. I bet you have nowhere else to belong to at uni. When I took a look around, there were all the usual goons that stick around Momoka-senpai. They all look confused. So I bet most of them understand that this is just her usual manipulative stories. But I'm sure the stupid boys that are head over heels for Momoka believe her story and hate me already. I also heard Momoka's parents work for a famous company and are in a powerful position, so I can't do much if anything happens to me. Ever since this incident, I felt more and more uncomfortable in my university. I can talk to people over text messages and they're all nice, But when I'm around Momoka-senpai, why are all the guys obsessed with her anyway? My part-time job is the only place I can feel safe. I fumbled with the pendant I was wearing and let out a deep sigh.
Good work, Miss Shirai.
Oh, good work, sir.
What's with the deep sigh?
Oh, just some stuff going on at uni.
Feel free to come over to me if you ever want to talk. Well, I don't know if there's any point in talking to an old man like me, but...
That's not true. I decided maybe I can talk to the manager about this. But then...
Huh? Miss Shirai, that pendant you have with you.
Huh? Is something the matter?
That pendant? Where did you...
Oh, my mother gifted it to me.
Could it be?
Manager, can you come over here for a second?
Ah! I'll be right there. Miss Shirai, you're done for today, right?
Yes, sir.
I want to talk to you about something. Do you think you can make time for me outside of work?
Yeah, sure. I'm cool with that.
I'll let you know after work.
I wonder what he wants to talk about. He seemed to recognize a pendant. Maybe it's about that? Is this pendant really expensive or something? The thought was bugging me, so I tried to ask my mom about it, but she was away for a business trip, so I couldn't talk to her. I thought of calling or texting her, but I didn't want to trouble her if she was busy. I was also pretty drained, so after I came home from my part-time job that day, I went straight to bed. 2 days later, my manager contacted me that he wanted to talk. We're supposed to meet here. I guess I arrived a bit too early. The manager said he wanted to talk. I'm getting a bit nervous. I had the tendency to touch the pendant whenever I was nervous. I reached out for it as I usually do, but I realized the pendant was gone. Huh? Why? I quickly rummaged around my clothes to see if the pendant was caught anywhere. And then I remembered, today, when coming here, I was focused on looking at the map on my smartphone, tripped, and fell. Did it fall off there? I wonder if it's still there. I tried heading to the place I had fallen down when...
Hey, buy this off of me.
Huh? We're a ticket reseller. We don't accept things like pendant.
Huh? I can't sell this?
There's a recycle shop across the street. If you want to sell something, go over there.
I overheard a conversation from the ticket reseller behind me, so I decided to take a look. Excuse me, I'm sorry. May I please take a look at that pendant for a second?
Huh? What's up with you? Oh, you're just that restaurant staff.
I never realized the man who was at the store would be the guy who was with Momoka-senpai.
Uh-huh. Kayori, are you causing trouble to Hideki again?
Momoka's here with him too. I hesitated for a moment, but still that pendant was a precious gift from my mother. I wanted to make sure it was mine. I dropped my pendant around here. The one you're trying to sell, it might be mine. Can I take a look at it?
What? No, this is mine.
From the looks of it, it obviously is a very feminine-looking accessory.
Oh, shut up.
Kayori, what are you talking about? There's no way Hideki would steal from other people.
Yeah, so let me prove the fact that you're not lying.
Hey!
I snatched the pendant away from Hideki's hands, and sure enough, it looked exactly like the pendant I had just lost. Well, I mean, I just really think it's mine. Hey, I really think this is mine.
They just look alike.
It's not. You just picked it up from the ground just now, right?
That's not true.
This is straight up theft.
There's no freaking way that's legit.
You're just faking it. We would never do something like that.
Fine then. You want this pendant that much? I'll sell it to you. How does $1,000 sound?
It's mine in the first place. Why do I need to buy it from you? Give it back. I knew deep down that my words would never convince them, but I really couldn't let this one slide. I needed to get back my pendant, but if I take it from their hands and run, I would become the thief. When I was wondering what choices were available...
Miss Shirai, sorry to keep you waiting. Is something the matter?
A manager.
Oh, good. Kayori, don't tell me. Are you dating this manager or something? Ooh, you two look so good together.
It's nothing like that. We had something to discuss and...
I bet he wants to tell you he loves you. Let's go, old guy.
I said...
Never mind that. What's all the fuss about in the first place? Fighting like that in front of the store could cause problems.
Oh, right. Sorry. Well, actually, I explained to the manager what had happened up until now.
This old guy isn't gonna do anything to help. This pendant is mine anyways.
And what about the message inscribed on the back of the pendant? Do you know what it means?
That's...
See? You don't know.
There's nothing written on here. You're just making things up.
Sure it does. See? Look here.
The manager pointed to the back of the pendant, and it had the initials TR on it.
This is such an antique-looking pendant. Would anyone not notice this obvious signature?
Ugh.
Hey, but how do you know this, manager?
Miss Shirai, is your mother's first name Reina by any chance?
Yes, that's right.
I knew it.
The manager's eyes were tearing up as he spoke. What's the matter?
Oh, sorry. I thought perhaps when I first saw you and looked at your surname. But your mother and I, we used to be in a relationship.
Uh-huh.
We even promised to get married. That pendant was from me. I gave it to her.
Huh? But why didn't the relationship work out?
My parents owned a company, and I was set to be the successor. That's why my parents were pestering about who to marry. That's when Reina disappeared.
When did that happen?
Let me remember. I think it was 20 years ago.
Wait, could it be? I never had a dad growing up.
Huh? Was he sick or something?
Nothing of the sort. I asked my mom numerous times, but she never told me. From what you just told me just now, I thought maybe you could be.
No way. Did Reina ever get married?
No, never. She's always been single. She worked this whole time.
I see. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Do you mind if I go visit your mother?
Yes, of course. I'm sure she would be glad to see you.
I do hope that's the case.
That's beside the point. Momoka-senpai, what are you trying to go?
What is it? You should cherish this reunion with your dad. Go on, keep talking.
You were trying to run away, no? I'll be calling the police just now, so stay right there.
No way! Why would you even call the police on us?
You tried to sell off what you found on the ground. I bet this counts as theft, no?
I picked it up for you. Besides, aren't you like the crazy one to keep this boring-ass peasant like its precious jewel? It's so lame.
This is a one and only pendant.
See, I knew it! I told you it was an expensive accessory.
Not necessarily expensive. It's something I made by myself with extra care and effort. Even if you sell it, I doubt it wouldn't cost that much.
Oh man.
We shouldn't have picked it up in the first place.
You're both so rude.
Let's just leave these two behind. We better make a run for it.
Right!
Wait! The two tried to escape from the scene, but somehow there were already police officers rushing over.
Why? You were being so noisy in front of the store. I called the police on you.
Sorry for causing so much trouble.
No worries. I knew something was fishy, and I kinda knew it was probably theft.
The two were taken to the police station, but they didn't just get in trouble for theft. Hideki was arrested for attempting fraud. It seems he was a part of a fraud con ring. He was just a grunt, but this led to the police taking down a pretty big con ring. I guess this was a good ending?
Huh? Why?
We never know. You might just cause trouble after we hire you.
No, wait! Please!
Momoka-senpai already had an acceptance letter from a company, and her future was set after her graduation. But this whole drama caused the company to cancel the acceptance. And somehow, people found out she was lying about her parents' position in their company, so everybody just stopped believing her. It seemed like everybody who was befriending Momoka only was around because they wanted the connection with their parents and their company. Reality was that her parents were just regular employees at an ordinary local company. So Momoka's pretty much all alone in campus right now. As for us,
I'm sorry about the past. Actually, your father came up to me and told me to break up with you. That's why I left your side without telling you.
I see. I'm sorry for what my father did to you.
It's okay. I knew he did it because he cared for his company like his own child.
But the reality is, my parents had died in an accident before I ever chose a fiancé. The company is long gone too. And about Miss Kaori,
Yes, she was in my tummy back then. I couldn't forget you, so I wanted to raise her, even if I was alone.
Reina, I still love you. If you share the same feelings as me, would you marry me?
Yes, gladly.
the two were reunited after 20 years and got married at last. We wanted this to be a special moment for them, so we decided to throw a small wedding get-together with just close family. My mom looked great in her traditional Japanese wedding kimono. She said she didn't want to do all this because she was old, but she seems really happy. From now on, I hope we can lead a happy life with the three of us. Where are you going for your honeymoon?
A nice relaxing trip at an onsen inn would be great.
Hey, why don't you come along too? We can do a family trip, the three of us.
It's your honeymoon. Wouldn't I get in the way?
That's not true.
Why don't we plan a family trip next year? You should go, just the two of you, and take time to really catch up.
Thank you, Kaori. Right. Might be a bit too late, but let me gift you something. Something to celebrate your acceptance to university.
Huh? Really?
Thanks to you that I have been able to reunite with Reina in the first place.
Let me think about it. All I want right now is for us to live comfortably with each other.
I guess that's true. We'll all be together from now on, okay?
At this moment, I really wanted to tell them I want a younger brother or sister, but I knew they were already getting pretty old. so I held back the urge to say so. However, I could have never anticipated the surprise announcement I would receive from my mother later down the line. At least for now.